everybody, it's Adrienne from WDW Bound, and we're doing an extra video this week because I'm at home and I'm bored and I figured why not, it'd be some fun. So what I wanted to talk about today is some of the things that we collect when we're in Walt Disney World. We don't collect a lot of things. We're not huge souvenir people, not really. We also, try to be as frugal as possible, so we just don't spend a lot of money when we're down there if we can help it, especially on things that are just gonna kind of clutter the house when we get home. But there are a few things that we absolutely have to have every time we go. So today I'm gonna share 5 of those with you. The first is one of the first things that we started ever collecting, and that was buttons. The celebration buttons you can find at most resorts will give them to you. You can also get some at the parks, at like guest services, and sometimes some of the retail locations will have them too. But we get a button every time we go, no matter what. And we get several times a year, 3 to 4 times if we can do it. And so we always come up with some reason why we're celebrating. And what I do is to kind of keep up with it, I write it on the back of my button. So this one was a happily ever after button, and on the back I've written July 2016 10th anniversary trip. So this was almost 4 years ago now, when my husband and I went by ourselves, left the kids at home, and visited Walt Disney World on just us, just adults, which was a long time. We hadn't done that in a really long time. I've also got the I'm celebrating button. This is July 2010, which was also an anniversary and also a baby. We went when we were pregnant with our first. We go a lot in July. These are just the ones that I randomly picked too. This one, we stayed at Jumbo House in July 2016, so that was that same trip for our anniversary, and they were giving away these 20th anniversary buttons of the Disney Conservation Fund. So we grabbed one of these when we were staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and I made sure to write on the back what that was for. And of course, we've gone down to celebrate birthdays. In addition to July, we also go a lot in September. My husband's birthday is in September, my daughter's birthday is in September, so we tend to celebrate a lot down there in that month. This one says September 2015, and this was my husband's 33rd birthday. That was a lot of fun. If I don't remember correctly, or if I do remember correctly, that was the trip where we literally, I think we decided on a Wednesday to go down on a Thursday. Tell me if I'm wrong, Christopher, whenever you watch this. But I'm pretty sure that was that trip. It was a lot of fun. One of our most recent obsessions, or I should say my most recent obsessions, and the reason I keep looking over here is this is where I got all my stuff, are hats. I'm really into hats lately, y'all, and I just think they're so cute. This one is just a regular hat. I found this one at Claire's. It's not actually like made or sold by Disney or whatever, but it was just so cute. I couldn't not get it. It also came in like a rose gold, and I had to decide between the two, and I ended up going with this one because it felt more classic. But I'm really into these, and I'll tell you why. We went down for the Halloween party we went for the first Halloween party in 2019, so in August. And we did a Haunted Mansion theme for our outfits that year. And my husband had a Haunted Mansion hat, and he didn't want to wear it, and I was like, well, I'll just throw it on and I'll wear it. That way I can have my hair up or doing whatever. And it was so comfortable. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do this from now on. So I have this cute one here with me. I have this one, which I thought was just kind of classic. I love it a lot, except for the fact that it says 2019 on the side. I kind of want to get rid of that. And somebody told me I could just get a seam rubber and take that off. And I might, because I liked how it had all 4 parts written on the front, so I could wear it wherever I wanted to. It says established October 1st of 1971. So I just really like this hat. I found it in Epcot last year, and just really, really loved it. I also have that Haunted Mansion hat, and like there's a Star Wars hat I think I have floating around somewhere. So I like how they shade you from the sun. I can put my hair up in it. If you are at all a watcher of our channel or a reader of our website, you know that we're really, really into magic bands. We're finally starting to talk ourselves into not getting the free ones anymore, the ones that are just like the plain colors. We try not to do that, but in the past we have. And we started doing a thing around the back where instead of you You can customize it with your name or a nickname or whatever you want to put on it. But we started putting like the reasons we were going down, so kind of similar to the buttons. So this one is MVNCP19MO, and what that stands for is Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party 2019, and then my daughter's initials. So this was her magic band that we also decorated with like some tattoos and stuff. But that was just one of the ways that we were doing it. We've also got like this purple one. It says Mel AP, so this was one of the years that Melanie, our daughter, was an annual pass holder. So we just kind of commemorated those things with magic bands. Of course, we also go with some of the special magic bands. I bought this one, I think, back when, let me bring that a little closer to you because it's so cute. I think I bought this in December, I can't remember, but it has like iconography from all the different parks, and I'm just completely obsessed. I love this one so much. I also really like the white ones for some reason. I think they look really nice when you're wearing them. We picked this one up, I think, also in December. It's a stitch one, if you can't see. Sorry, there's a glare, but it is, we call our son Stitch, so we just had to have Stitch on the hand. I also have one for Pandora, I think. That was a limited release, and whenever you scan it, it does like that weird noise sound thing with the lights or whatever. My husband has a Haunted Mansion one that glows that he's obsessed with. He wears it every time, no matter which ones we buy. We have Baby Yoda ones. We also, oh, I forgot about this one. I brought this one out too. This is exclusive to the Mickey's Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party that also glows in the dark. This was 2018. So magic bands, I like them, but this is really what my husband is into. He really loves collecting magic bands. Now, besides the buttons, which are free, one of our other favorite things to collect that is also free are character signatures. We did this one in my daughter's first trip, I think. And so this was 2012, I think, 2012. And we took these mats around with us and had characters sign them. And I actually have two of these. And please don't touch me. I know it's been 8 years and I still don't have a picture and I haven't hung them anywhere, but I have them ready for whenever I decide what picture I want to put in. But it was just a really fun way to get character signatures and interact with the characters, because it was something a little different. I know a lot of people are doing different things for signatures these days, but we just really like this one. So we collect signatures. Now that we've collected a lot of them, we don't spend a lot of time with like autograph books or anything like that when we're down there and we're interacting with the characters. It's more about the actual interaction and getting the signature. But I do still have some signatures that I have not gotten yet, and I don't know how. For example, I still don't have Mulan, I don't have Pocahontas, but I've gotten Mickey in like 5 different outfits just to have his signature, because I've also got these cards, which I can link in the description if I remember. But it's like characters, and it has a space for them to sign, and then I take a picture of my kids with that character, and then I have a little flip book, which I forgot to grab before I started recording, but I have a little flip book that has like the character signature on one side and the picture of them on the other side, so that I can kind of look back and see when we got that autograph or whatever. All right, and the last thing that I collect is kind of my obsession. If you could say that I have anything that I collect that is a problem, it's this one, and that is mini headbands. It's a problem, y'all. I have a small collection here next to me. I'm only gonna go through a few of them because I have a lot. I have a lot of them in the attic. I've let people borrow them. I just really like them. So I'll go through a few. You know, the retail prices changed. They used to be around $20, and then they were $25, and now I think they're $27.99 for a typical pair. And then there are more that go up even more in price. And then let's not talk about like the signature collection ones, because those are ridiculous. But I can't even remember my first pair. Is that sad? I can't remember. But anyway, most of the ones that I have are from Disney and are special Disney collections, but I do have a few that I've bought from Etsy, and I'll link their stores below if they are still active. There is one store that I have several pairs from, 2 over here next to me, that is no longer active, which really breaks my heart because those were some of my favorite ears. But I have the purple ears. I think this was like a villains collection if I remember correctly, but I love sequins anyway, and I really loved this purple. I thought they were beautiful. I'm gonna put them on right now. Yeah, I like it. And then of course you have to have the classic rose gold ears. These are the original rose gold ears. So not the Briar Rose collection that came out a few months ago, but the actual, like the one that started the whole collection insanity. It took me a long time to find these ears, and I still love them. I feel like it was almost a rite of passage to have them, and they're just so flattering. That color is just so pretty on everybody. I really, really love these ears. I'm gonna go through the Disney ones first, I think. And then these are the holographic ears. Again, I kind of like to match my ears with my outfits. So these were, I was like, they're white, they're kind of silver, they'll go with anything. So I picked these up. Small World ears. God, they're just so cute. Oh, look at those. Small World is like one of those weird attractions for me. It's not one of my favorite attractions to actually be on, but the aesthetic is just so neat. And the, I love the design of it, the Mary Blair stuff, I just love it. So these ears were a must-have for me. Let's see, what else do I have that's Disney? Just one more pair, I think, over here next to me. These are from the I want to say it's the 2017 Halloween collection. I bought these at the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and I don't think I've actually worn them in the parks. I just really thought that they were cute and had to have them. Told you, it's a collection thing. It's a problem. It's a problem. All right, 3 more pairs. This pair is from an Etsy store called Chasing Childhood, and I am obsessed with this store. Look at all that beadwork, and they are just so pretty. They're just so pretty, and they feel good. I will link her store below because she is still active. It's one of the most amazing Etsy stores I've ever seen. Besides the fact that they're comfortable. Put these on too since they're purple. Oh no, grab my hair. So they're comfortable. They attract a lot of attention in the parks from cast members and stuff, and I just love it. All right, the last 2 I have, I don't remember the shop's name, but they are a couple of my favorite pairs. I hate to even show them since they, like I said, she's not active anymore, but they're just really special in my personal collection, so I thought I'd share it anyway. But these ears were from Etsy. Like I said, the shop isn't active anymore, but she did these really great ears. Again, they're very comfortable, they're very sturdy. I haven't had any problems with them. And I have had some shops from Etsy where the ears just absolutely fell apart. I had a great pair from that were Tower of Terror themed that I was completely obsessed with. When we had Disney Day at work, I work in the medical setting, so I wore like black and burgundy scrubs that day, and I wore my little Tower of Terror ears, and I dressed up as Tower of Terror for Disney Day. But they completely fell apart after I packed them up. So I took them on one trip, I think, before they fell apart, and that just really upset me. But anyway, we'll make it through. But these next 2 pairs, like I said, are 2 of my favorites in my collection. These are glow in the dark. The little stars here do glow in the dark, and I think Tink does as well. And I wore these on that 2016 10th anniversary trip, and funny side story, I lost our key. We rented a car on that trip, and I lost the key on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And I remember we ran back to talk to the cast member at the front of the queue, and she goes, "Oh yeah, I remember y'all. I remember your ears." So she remembered just because they were different, you know, something a little different. So the back is also glow in the dark, and she hides a Mickey head somewhere on every pair. Let's see if I can find it on this pair. I don't remember where it was, but yeah, I can't find it on this one. But so they're just a lot of fun, like especially if you're transitioning into watching one of the fireworks. Oh, there it is. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but right there, yeah. So she hides a little Mickey on them, and I just think that's really cute. And then, again, if y'all know me at all, you know that I am obsessed with Robin Hood. It's my favorite animated movie. And so I asked her, she didn't have these in her shop for sale, but I asked her, I said, this is my favorite movie. Is there anything that you can make for those? And so she custom designed and made these ears for me. So you've got Robin Hood on this side, and then you've got Robin and May Marian over here. Hand painted, y'all. Look at that. And the pink in this one, I think, is in the white maybe, is what glowed in the dark. And this is what she did on the back for me. And I just thought they were favorites. I just love them. So anyway, those are our top 5 things that we love to collect when we're in the parks. Honorable mention goes to the annual pass holder magnets that you can get during the festivals at Epcot. And but I didn't want to show those because first off, they're all down on my refrigerator downstairs. But also they, you know, you have to be an annual pass holder to get them, and so that's not quite as attainable or available for everybody. But we do collect those too when we're down there. We're not down for everyone, and I'm not one of those people that has to have every single one of them. But if we're down there and they're offering one, then we'll go grab one for sure. But that's what we collect. I want to hear from you guys. Is there anything that when you go to Disney you absolutely have to have, or that you just love more than anything? Let us know. Let us know in the comments and tell us what it is that you have to take home with you every time. I thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see y'all next time. Bye.